13, and we have no one signed up for public participation, so we're going to, item number 12. And we have no one signed up, so we're going to go to item number 13, which are actions necessary or appropriate on matters discussed in executive session. We had item 2A, selected employment items. Do I have a motion? Ms. Hammond.
I move that we approve the selected employment items as seen in Exhibit A.
Have a second? Mr. Halterwanger seconds. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please raise your hand. That passes unanimously. Ms. Baumgartner just stepped out. Ms. Baumgartner, did you vote with personnel items? She did. That's unanimous. That's good. That brings us to item number 14, which is second and final reading of the provisions to Board Policy IKD honor rolls shown in Exhibit D. Can I get a motion? Ms. Hutchison.
I move that we give second and final reading of revisions to Board Policy IKD honor rolls as shown in Exhibit D.
We have a second. Ms. Hammond seconds. Any discussion? Any further discussion? Dr. Melton? Oh, sorry. Ms.
Oh,
Hutchison?
did you want to say?
Do you want to highlight anything, or?
Well, I think we attempted to capture the feedback from the board from the last meeting that we had in December. So hopefully, the questions that you had for us, we've resolved to clear up. We did put this back out for our principals to read, particularly our secondary principals, and also included our elementary principals with a discussion of it just last Wednesday. So I'll accept any questions, Mr. Gant.
Okay. Ms. Hutchison, do you have a?
Well, I was going to say, I think this makes it very clear and really does capture, I think, what the board was asking about. And my second question, you already answered that, and I know you would have, presented to the principals and that they're all
Yes.
good with that.
Yes, ma'am.
So I think it's what is really nice as I was reading it, it doesn't leave any room for questions, and that each school will do the same. At least that's what it looks like to me. So thank you for working on that wording.
Mr. Gant?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to thank him. I think it was one of the most important things. I think you're right about it being clear, but also I appreciate the opportunity it gives other kids to have an honor roll that's not, it doesn't have to be all the A's, and it can inspire the kids to feel like they are accomplishing something at the other level.
Thank you.
Any other discussion, comment? Seeing none, all those in favor, please raise your hand. And that passes unanimously. That brings us to item number 18, which is approval of a memorandum of understanding with the District 5 Foundation shown in Exhibit E. Mr. Bounds?
Mr. Gant, board members, we are bringing for your approval a memorandum of understanding between the district and the District 5 Foundation. As you saw this evening, our foundation does great work for our students and teachers. They exist for the sole purpose of providing financial and other support to District 5. As we move forward, we felt it was in the best interest and the mutual interest of both the district and the foundation to enter into this trial, a memorandum of understanding. This effort will provide more efficient and effective support and communication from the foundation to the community, and we think resulting in a positive impact on our school district. And we need to be very clear that the district is not providing any direct services for the foundation. We're just providing a mechanism for them to do their job easier. So there are two parts. One is some clerical support. The foundation would reimburse the district for providing some very nominal administrative support to the foundation, so they would pay for those services. And second, we would host their website on our infrastructure. This would allow them to save some funds, but again, they would be paying us the full cost of putting their foundation website on our infrastructure, much like adding a phone to, it's much easier to add a phone to your service than it is for them to go out and separately buy a whole structure for their foundation website. And they would be responsible for the content of that website, they'd be responsible for updating it, and they would pay us the cost of keeping it on there. We would constantly monitor this agreement, as it says, and we would adjust any fees. If we get charged more for the website, we would pass those fees along to the foundation to pay. We think this is a great win-win for both of us, and we'll, obviously, this, as the MOU indicates, this is on a trial basis for the 2017 school year. We come back to the board again this time next year if this works and ask to continue the MOU. I'll entertain any questions that you have.
Mr.
Hammond.
Kent, would you want the questions before we've made a motion and second?
Well, I think we'll go ahead and do the questions.
Questions, okay.
Yeah.
I definitely think anything we as a board can do to support the foundation. The only thing, and I had asked you, I know that it's very clear lines about commingling any funds or anything with it. We're separate, but I want to be sure the public understands. If I read everything correctly, the $250 quarterly is sort of, is that the money for renting it's like renting space?
That money is actually to reimburse for a salary for a person that's performing those specific
That's actually working
tasks.
on it.
That's
And-
right.
And so the website, they're not renting that?
No, the website, they're.
It's
they're-
theirs, and
It's
so
theirs.
I
They're
got you.
just paying us
That's what I wanna
to
make clear.
have it on our infrastructure. It's one of 24 websites on our bigger website.
And if I read it right, the $250 quarterly is what was deemed a fair amount to pay.
Fair and
I want to be
equitable.
sure our employees have paid that.
Yes,
fair
ma'am.
amount.
At this time, but as it says, we'll continue to monitor that. And one of the reasons that we felt it was very important to have a formal written agreement, a memorandum of understanding, so that there can be no confusion about the clear dividing line between the district and the foundation. And, we are very cautious about that to make sure that, we do not use district funds to support foundation efforts.
I thank you, and I wanted to just have that publicly said, because I would want nothing to hurt the work that they do, and I certainly support it, but I wanted it to be clear to anyone that would ask us that question.
Right.
We have that clear.
And we
Thank
have
you
our
so much.
foundation president and
Yes.
vice president here. I think they would agree that we're very clear about keeping those separate.
Thank you, that's all.
Any other comment or question? If not, we do need a motion, so could I have a motion regarding item number 15? Ms. Hammond,
I would like to move that we approve the memorandum of understanding with the District 5 Foundation as seen in Exhibit E.
have a second. Ms. Baumgardner seconds. Any further discussion or comments? I will say that I think this is a great trial setup, and as those checks came by tonight, I'm amazed at the work that the foundation does, and I know two of the primary reasons are sitting right over to my left over here, but it's a wonderful partnership that we hopefully can help some of the administrative edge that takes away a lot of time.
Mr. Gant, could I just say too, I know the amount of work, I ended up at school board meetings, I've talked to other districts that have the foundations, and it is a tremendous amount of work. And in a lot of them, they have a full-time paid person doing it. And we have these people over here that I know how much it takes to make it successful. So anything I think the district can do, I know all the board feels that way, but I just wanted to say I had actually called around and asked how much much time it takes. But they did tell me, just be sure we had it clear, as Mr. Bounds has done for us. Thank you.
Any other comment? If not, all those in favor of the motion before you, please raise your hand. And that passes unanimously. And that will bring us to item number 16, which is our capital budget proposal, 2017-18.